champions have come and gone. Who will claim number 60 as we're off in the 2026 Super Bowl? From the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Eric Stokes in on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Now, meanwhile, a pass pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 3-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Fields. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 14.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Fields. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Paul want to give up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Williams, a man in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Touchdown! A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fields now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's Fields. He's airing throwing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's Fields. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Ball again on 2nd down. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the 50, here's Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Edwards. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Running left, it's Hall. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw is Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Forced out to his left. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only they stopped them short of the first, they get them out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
McPherson's kick is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Off play action. Fields eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Fields on third down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. To throw, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 53 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.